When Mason first moved to Silver Pines, he was barely old enough to hold memories. His parents, Tom and Sarah Harris, were chasing something quieter than the sleepless sprawl of Chicago. They found it in a tucked-away town in northern Michigan, a snow-glazed settlement where folks still waved at passing cars and potlucks filled Sunday afternoons. Silver Pines was small. Everyone knew whose dog barked the loudest, who kept their porch lights off, and who didn't show up to church. Still, some things managed to slip between the cracks, like the old house on Elders Lane. The house didn't look abandoned at first glance. It was just forgotten. It sat hunched behind a curtain of overgrown evergreens and leaning fence posts, as if trying to hide. Some kids whispered about it. Others didn't mention it at all. No one ever went near it. Except Mason. He was 10 when he got curious enough to care. It started with a dare. His best friends, Theo and Lila, had come over to play games and eat stale popcorn in the basement. One thing led to another, and by dusk, they were pressed against the living room window, staring through the cold mist at the black outline of the Elders Lane house. "You won't go in," Theo said, grinning. "Watch me," Mason shot back. Lila raised an eyebrow. "You're all talk." Within minutes, they were slipping on sneakers and jackets. Mason told his mom they were just heading to the woods for a bit. She gave a thumbs up without turning away from the TV. It had been raining. The leaves squished underfoot. The old gate screeched when Mason pushed it open. A twisted walkway of stones led to the front door, which stood slightly ajar like an invitation nobody sent. "This is stupid," Lila muttered. Mason didn't answer. He stepped through the door. Inside, the smell hit first: mildew, wet carpet, and something else, sweet like rotting fruit. The air was thick, stale, unmoving. Theo clicked on his flashlight. "Creepy." "Shh," Mason hissed. The living room was littered with overturned furniture and cracked picture frames. Family portraits stared back with warped smiles. A half-deflated football rested beneath a dust-cloaked TV. They moved deeper into the house. The kitchen was worse. Mold claimed one wall entirely. On the refrigerator hung a calendar from 1997. A circle marked June 3rd, with the words Teddy's Day scribbled in red ink. "Who's Teddy?" Lila asked. Nobody answered. They climbed the staircase. The steps whined under their weight. On the second floor, doors lined the hallway like sentinels. At the end stood a shut one, darker than the rest. Naturally, that's where they went. Mason twisted the knob. The room beyond looked like a child's dream and nightmare fused together. Toys were scattered in organized chaos, arranged in neat rows, all staring toward a dusty twin bed. Stuffed animals lined the headboard. A mobile spun above, even though no wind touched it. In the middle of the bed sat a camcorder. "What the hell?" Theo whispered. Mason stepped forward, fingers trembling as he picked it up. It was heavier than expected. He hit the power switch. The screen flickered. Static, then a video. A boy, no older than 7, sat cross-legged on the same bed. He looked tired, pale. He was whispering to something off-screen. His name tag read Teddy. "I didn't touch it," the boy said in a small voice. "I promise. Please don't make me go down again." Then a low humming started. The boy flinched. He clutched a teddy bear tightly, tears in his eyes. The screen went black. Theo grabbed the camera and turned it off. "Nope. Number, I'm done. This is messed up." They all agreed. No one said it out loud, but something about the room made it hard to breathe. They bolted out the front door. That night, Mason couldn't sleep. The image of the boy, Teddy, kept replaying in his head. The humming, the fear in his eyes. The next day, while his parents were out and the rain was gone, he went back. Alone. The house felt colder this time. The furniture hadn't moved, but it felt watchful. He tiptoed up the stairs and into the bedroom. The camcorder was gone. Instead, something new waited. A stack of VHS tapes. Mason blinked. There had been no tapes the day before. He picked one up. Written in thick marker was Amy, Ice on Sam. Another, Joshua, 1999. And another, Jenna, 1996. A pit opened in Mason's stomach. He turned to leave, only to find the door was gone. Not shut, gone. The walls had shifted, or he had. Panic bloomed in his chest. Something buzzed from the far wall. A TV clicked on. The screen was snowy, then cleared. A new video. A young girl sat in the corner of a different room. Her arms were tied. A muffled sound echoed behind the camera, whistling, broken, and arrhythmic. The girl screamed. Mason threw the tape across the room. It shattered. The house groaned. He sprinted to the hallway. It wasn't the same. The wallpaper now writhed, moving shapes beneath the floral pattern. He ran, turned left, then right, stairs that weren't there before, doors that didn't lead anywhere. Then he saw the red door, the only thing that looked real. He ran to it, flung it open, and tumbled into the backyard. He didn't stop running until he reached his house. He locked the door. He didn't tell his parents. He didn't sleep. The next day, he told Theo and Lila everything. They didn't believe him. Until Theo went missing. They found his backpack by the woods, his shoes, one sock. Police scoured the area. Search dogs, helicopters, nothing. The town mourned and moved on. But Mason knew. He went back one last time, this time with a baseball bat and a fire starter kit. The house welcomed him with silence. He poured the lighter fluid across the floor, down the hall, into the bedroom, onto the tapes. The flame caught fast, but the fire revealed things. Faces in the walls, scratches under the floorboards, names burned into the ceiling. The humming returned, louder than ever. Mason covered his ears and ran. The house screamed behind him. He watched it burn. No one believed him. Not really. They said the house was just abandoned, that it caught fire due to lightning, that Theo probably got lost in the woods. But Mason never forgot. Years passed. He left Silver Pines. He never went back. Until he saw the news. Abandoned home in small town sparks new interest after basement discovery. Beneath the rubble, police found over 40 VHS tapes. Dozens of children were identified. None had ever been found before, except one. Theo Morgan. Case reopened. Investigations launched. Mason never said a word, but he still dreams of the humming and the red door that saved his life.